What's going on, you guys? Charles here from the Traders Corner, and today we have a video where we're going to take you through and do some futures analysis. Now, if you want to check out a super simple strategy for you to get started in the market, 5 steps, check it out in the description below. But other than that, besides doing the analysis today, I also just worked on some coding, read some financial statements of some stocks I own, and just, some general others, I guess you'd say financial literacy stuff that I need to be doing for myself. But the main focus I had today was coding this bot. But let's get into this analysis on these futures. What's going on, you guys? Charles here from the Traders Corner. Today we're just going to be doing some analysis. We're actually going to do some analysis on futures, but before we get into that, just wanted to check in on the crypto analysis that we've been doing up until this point. So we looked at Phantom before, and I'm going to leave the link in the description. Not link in the description. I'm going to leave the link to the video above for the previous crypto analysis. So we were looking at Phantom before, looking to see if we can come back to the 34.82 level, right? Seeing some movement to the downside. Doesn't have to continue. It could turn around at any point and push higher, but we are starting to see some movement to the downside. Dot, similar situation. This time we were looking for movement down to the 8.2779 level. Again, starting to see some downward movement. Doesn't have to continue, but as we get to this level here, start buying, and then as we buy, get down here, in here, buy more. That so 414 is our level. Again, starting to see some movement lower. Ether, not really seeing much movement lower here. This is kind of bucking the trend a bit, or possibly setting a new trend for these other cryptos, right? As these altcoins tend to follow ETH and Bitcoin. And then we have HBAR. So I already bought some HBAR as yesterday. Where was it? Yesterday, here. We're at the 7.7 level, okay? So already here, so I bought a little bit. And then if we get down to 7.28, buy more, okay? And then again, looking at 7.06 and 6.78. And then finally, Ripple. Ripple, bought some Ripple yesterday as well. Just because we were here in this area. I was a fan of that area as well. 3491 is what we're looking for us to push lower to, if we can. Don't have to. And as well, 3326. And then getting to the futures, looking first at light crude oil. So on the weekly, pretty much overall uptrend, right? And then daily, what's the prevailing trend? It's really prevailing up, but we have been seeing a nice retracement on this uptrend. So we definitely could see a continuation in the uptrend, which really wouldn't make me personally happy. I've been loving the fact that gas prices have been coming down, but yeah, 4 hour on crude. Well, let's do this first. Daily. What's our dealing range, right? Boom, boom, right? So, take it here, right? So we could see some acceleration lower, okay? So we've just pulled up to this retracement level of this 50 level, or we could pop higher for another retracement up to the 62 level. If we pop higher for another retracement to the 62 level, I'd be interested in that as well. In terms of selling, copper, I'll delete this stuff. Weekly, really prevailing up as well. Didn't need to go to the 4 hour daily. It's really like a prevailing downtrend at the moment, right? So that being said, what can we say? Yeah, this right here. All right. So I'll be looking for us to pull up at least to this 50 level. So I'll look for a bit of a push higher on copper, preferably into the 62 level. All right. Silver, personally, I think silver and copper are two elements that are going to be minerals, whatever you want to call them, that are going to be very important going into the future. I think a lot of people probably heard this about like how important they are to chips and all that, like just computer stuff. So yeah, I think you're going to start seeing more people buying copper, because as opposed to gold, which it does have a good store value, don't get me wrong, it's maintained that store value as for a long time to us humans, but at the same time, you can't really use gold for anything. Like, we found that out very, very early on as humans. We tried to make like weapons out of gold, and we are like, yeah, no, this is like bad to make stuff out of. They use gold here and there and like space travel and like all that kind of stuff. So as like that becomes more important, gold could see more use cases. But in terms of, I guess you'd say like more everyday use cases, silver and copper kind of take the cake there. So looking at silver, again, what we can see daily, it's mostly a prevailing downtrend. So how do we know? Just flip that out. Yeah, prevailing downtrend, right? So look at this range here. This range high. All right, we can see we just pulled up to that 62 level, so we're starting to move now. So I'm not going to chase this, but there could be some more retracements in terms of, as we see here on the 4-hour, we pushed lower, and we definitely could retrace higher up into this area like so, right? And then what else could we retrace up into? Would be up here as well, 2074. What I mean, could we retrace up into it? I mean, if we retraced up into it, I would feel comfortable, getting interested in cells, right? Getting into cells is what I should have said. But yeah, so that is silver, nat gas. And then we'll just finish with, because we already looked at light crude, so we'll just finish off with corn. Yeah. Wheat. Let's finish off with wheat. Weekly, really prevailing uptrend, right? Daily is a prevailing trend, up. It's a range that we're dealing with. Here we go. Yep, here we go. Got this guy here, right? So we haven't really bounced off anything. We kind of just pushed down and we tried to push back higher. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a push lower. We don't have to, right? There's no reason that we have to do anything in the market. I'm just saying, based on this range, I would like to see us push lower. And I don't mean like, oh, the market has to do this or that because I say so. I mean, if it does these things, that's when I can become interested in taking opportunities. Otherwise, I have to stay out of the market. So when I say I would like to see it just literally means, okay, well, if I want to trade, which I always think that's weird when people are like, oh, you shouldn't want to trade. Like, no, I want to trade. Like the same way, like, I think anybody who gets into the market, like, you want to trade. You shouldn't sit down and say, like, I have to trade. I have to find an opportunity. But you should want to trade, right? Like, trading, to me, as much as like good trading is boring, I love the ability to see the results that I get every single day. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a day trader. I'm an intraday day trader when it comes to stuff like this, right? I'm starting to move more towards swing style now. But for example, like with my bot, if it enters a trade, it generally closes it within that same day. So I can see how a bot does like each day, right? Or I can see if it's working correctly each day, right? I don't have to check it every day, but I can see those things if I wish, right? And I think that's actually something that drew me to trading, is the ability, because it was a lot like sports in that way. You could spend, your whole weekend on working on something, or your free time working on something, and then that next weekend or that next game, or that next time the market's open, you could come in and get a sense for how well you've adopted that thing, right? So yeah, but all that to say, let's look at finish it off here. Weekly, right? Daily, it's really kind of in between, right? Like you can see, a bit of more of an uptrend here, but it definitely could have flipped around for a downtrend, right? Especially breaking anything kind of break So I'm not gonna touch this one. Not gonna touch it. Yeah, because if I can't give myself an assured here's the daily trend, I'm not going to try to force anything. Daily prevailing trend on corn is up. We have this huge gap here. We kind of tagged into it here, but gaps like to get filled. All right, and we got this guy right here. So again, like I said, daily prevailing trend is up. All right. Now, having said, look at this guy here. Obviously, we have this one like this, but I'm just looking at this, right? What happened here? We came down, we came up, came down, pushed above that, closed above that, and just keep moving, right? And then, again, drag that fib tool on, and we come down to that 62, close to that 70 retracement level for real, right? Like, almost just perfectly tags it. You see what I'm saying? So, very, very close to that 70 retracement level as well. Shout out ICT. So I would be looking for something similar. Now, what am I going to do with this in terms of where do I place the bottom of the fib tool? I'm actually just going to drag it out. Why? That's how I do my rules. You know, to me, it's all about what swing breaks a quote-unquote quality opposite swing. I'm not going to get into what that means because it's, again, my rules. I don't want to do all that kind of stuff. But, you know, a quality opposite swing has a very strict definition for me. And this thing here, where we have a swing high and then push down, that is not a quality opposite swing for this swing. Or for this swing low and then push up to have broken. The next quality opposite swing that I see is this guy. All right. So if we break this guy, then I'm going to start caring about, all right, from what swing low do we break him? I'm going to start adjusting the the fib tool. All right. So that's basically the analysis for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope it provides some value to you, and join us again next time, man. Okay.